Well, it's a cold, well, it's not cold, it's a chilly, overcast Friday here in St. Louis. And I wanted to ask you a question. Do you ever feel like you're overworked and undervalued and you'd love to make a change? One of the things that is keeping you from making that change, or one of those things that really keeps you from progressing at all, is fear. So I want you to think about this for a little bit. Think of a long line. And on one end of that line is fear, and on the other end of that line is confidence. And we'll call that line your spectrum for potential of success. So the closer you are to fear on that line, the less successful that you're going to be. The closer you are to confidence on that line, the more successful you're going to be. Now, one of the problems in envisioning that, and I know that people like to fool themselves and say, well, I'm not afraid of anything, is people don't like to acknowledge fear, but fear is what keeps you from acting. Fear is what inhibits you from taking a chance or taking a risk to making that change that you're ready to make. So as you go through your day, question yourself when you're about to take an action and you find yourself hesitating, what are you afraid of? What is it that you think might go wrong? Here's something I can guarantee you, that it is never as bad as you imagine it's going to be. Sure, it might not be the success you want it to be, but it's never as bad as you want it to be. So think about that again, the spectrum of your potential for success. That long line, fear on one end, confidence on the other. The closer you are to confidence, the more things that you are going to accomplish. You're going to be able to make those changes that you want to make. You're going to be able to, sometimes the changes, keep in mind, I'm not talking about necessarily changing a career or changing your job or changing your spouse or changing your house. Sometimes the change just comes from in here or in here. It's an attitude that you have. As you know, I talk about having an opportunity outlook. Look at things as an opportunity. Sure, you come up against an obstacle from time to time. We all do. We do every day. And let me clear something else up. Somebody once said to me, gee, you're the most fearless person I know. I have the same fears that you do. We all have those fears. They're inherent in us. We have to recognize when those fears are having some effect on our behavior. When we do, when we recognize those, when we get to the point where we can address those, we can get by and we can analyze and we can look at them and say, what is it that I'm afraid of? What am I really afraid of here? Is it not being successful? Is it what people might think? Is it economics? I don't know. But think about it and then get past that fear. Take a deep breath and rush past that fear. I mean, yeah, obviously you want to explore what the possibilities are and whether or not you are really on the right track. But that's my thought for you for today. Fear on one end of the spectrum of your potential for success. Confidence on the other end of your spectrum for your success, potential for success, and just move towards the confidence line. The closer you are to the confidence end of your spectrum, the more you're going to get done, the more successful you're going to be, the happier you're going to have. Happiness, health, wisdom, and wealth. And don't we all want that? See you next time. Hey, listen, if you like this, by the way, would you share it? Share it with somebody. Pass it along. You might help a friend. Okay? Thanks.